Hello! Today I'm going to show you how you can play PUBG Mobile on a computer. So we'll begin with going out to Google. You Google for Gameloop. And you see that, Gameloop. This is an emulator. It pretends to be a phone on your computer. And you use it to play mobile games on your computer. So we're going to download it. There we go. And then we're going to install it. And here you can choose install options if you want to change where it should be. I'm going to set it to there, but you can always click browser and check around exactly where you want to put it. And now we just wait for it to download. And now the download is completed. And it's starting to install. So now we just have to wait for that. Once it's done installing, it will look like this. So we choose start. You're going to see on the desktop, you will get this little shortcut. This is how it will look like when you run it for the first time. And then you're just looking for PUBG Mobile, which we have here. And then you just install it. And then you wait for it to finish installing. So now it's done there. So we get up a new little window. And we wait for it to load. Or in this case, install. I did a little jump there. But when the PUBG window comes up, you're going to be asked for your quality, which settings you're going to use. You need to take the one that is as large as possible that works for you. After that, it's going to ask you to log in, and you can log in with Google, Facebook, or some other stuff, but I choose a guest account for this video so I could show. And now I just have to wait for it to compile the resources, so the game is ready. Okay, so now everything is getting more and more completed. And the annoying part, the first time you run PUBG on a new account, PUBG Mobile, they want to throw you into a battle instantly, which can be a little annoying, but if you just jump in and then you go back to the lobby, then everything is fine. Okay, so now we're in the game. We can click ESC to get the settings, and then we click lobby. Because we don't want to jump into a game just like that. We want to work a few things out first. Okay, so now before we can actually get to the lobby, we need to select our continent and region, and that looks fine for me. Birth, I'm just going to pick something random now because it's just a guest account after all. And then you have to accept that, because if you don't accept this, you're not going to be able to play. Okay, so now we are in the lobby, and you're going to have to try to survive with that. You can't really do much right now, but you need to follow all the pointers they give you. So, and stop that. I don't want to jump into a match. Okay, so now we're getting a little somewhere at least. So up here, there's some controls from the emulator. You can click for full screen, and you need to click F11 to toggle it. You can toggle it on and off with F11. Here you have key mapping, and this is the keys for your keyboard, where on the screen we're going to click. Remember, this is like a mobile, so it needs key mapping to actually work with your keyboard. And you don't have to do anything here, but it could be good to know if it ever screws up for you that it seems like the controls doesn't work at all. You can open up the key mapping and just click reset, and everything will go back to where it used to be. I have experienced that sometimes when you start PUBG, all the keys and everything is up in this corner and nothing is around here. And then you just click reset and you go back, and then it's fine. We're also going to change the resolution settings. Let's see. We're going for 2K. And if you have a HD screen, you can use 2K without problems. And then we will restart this just to make sure that the emulator actually got the point that it's going to use 2K. And then we just have to wait for it to reload again. Okay, so it has started again, and you will get this message every time you start the game, because obviously if you were using an emulator playing on PC against players with mobile, that would be cheating actually, because it's a lot harder to play the game on a phone than an actual computer. So you will only play with players that is also using emulators. Let's see, we're almost done here. We're just going to get into the settings. And then I'm going for graphics, and I always choose whatever works best, or rather highest. I used to use this one, colorful, and then you just can look a little if something is interesting or you want to try stuff around. But if you're feeling very insecure, you can just go with HD and extreme and don't touch anything else. And then, yeah, you need to click the save button as well. Then we're going to customize the buttons. A good thing to know, sometimes Gameloop is a little behind on updating their key mapping and stuff like that. And last time they had problems with it, you had to choose this one, the third layout. Most people use the first one, and this is what the Gameloop is for. But sometimes, if something screws up, you might need to use this one. So then you just go into it, and you just look for it, and just click save, and then you start using it. Sensitivity is also something that you're going to need to set up before you actually start playing, because these settings is for a phone, and when you're on a computer, if you move your mouse, the character will spin around like crazy. Like it will look like old school Counter-Strike aimbot where the character just spins around. So everything has to be lowered. These ones is not that dangerous. You just have to lower them a little. You don't have to lower them very much. Just a little. The higher the scope, the lower the number needs to be. Like the 6 and 8 time, you could practically use 1% or 2. The 8 time I recommend stay at 1. But you can try it out yourself and experiment with it. You can use the chair park. I can show that in a second, that you can pick some weapons there and experiment which settings works for you. You can be in the game there and have a target practice, and then you can experiment with it. Like you can pick up different scopes and see what feels right for you. We're going to lower that one as well, and that one, that one. There was no need to actually save here, but you can upload to cloud if you want to. Controls, just do a little double check here. No, it's fine enough as beginning. After all this, you're going to have to download everything. You have this icon here that you can click on, and then you have everything that you need to download to start the actual game. This one is very important. Always make sure that when there's HD stuff available that you download it, because Gameloop relies on that you're using the best graphic possible. Some people forget and don't have the HD packets, and Gameloop doesn't really work for them. Sure. If you go to choosing map, you can go to Cheer Park, but I just have to download a part of this map first. Okay, so now I have downloaded enough for us to actually use the Cheer Park. And of course, level 6 you need to be to get there. Okay, so I can't show that, but you click on all these, start downloading everything. Like whenever there's something to download, do it. So we're just going to wait for all these to download. Okay, so now everything have been downloaded and everything should be working fine. And from there, you can just start playing. But however, you need to reach certain levels to reach other things, arena and stuff like that. And quick match, sniper training, war and stuff like that. But you can play classic without a level limit. So you can just choose something and just start playing. And that's basically all you need to know to get started. If there's something you need help with, or I missed something in this tutorial, you can just hit me up on the Discord I'm sharing down in the comments and ask for it, and maybe I can make an additional tutorial on whatever it is you have in your mind. Alright, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it educational. See you around.